At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order. All of our aldermen are present. Ms. Kellum is a bit under the weather today, so she is here participating by phone. And other than that, I'm glad everybody is here tonight. Guys, there's probably room for y'all to sit if you'd like to come in. But you're good there too as well, whatever makes you happy.
Hey, man, they get intimidated by police.
Got it, pickleball.
All right, at this time, I'd like to recognize Pastor Brooks, who will lead us in prayer, and Mr. Powell will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So please rise.
May we all bow. Gracious Heavenly Father, once again, we're coming before Thee with a bowed head and humble heart. First, to say thank you for another day's journey. Then, Father, we come asking that Your presence be made known here and felt in this meeting tonight. Father, we ask blessing upon all those that are here under the sound of our voice. We ask blessing upon this mayor, this board of aldermen, and all the officials that make up this city. Father, we just pray for all mankind that we may one day completely live in peace and harmony. We just thank You, Heavenly Father, for all Your many blessings. And we just pray that we remember that You told us in Your word to always acknowledge You, and You will lead and direct our path. And we ask it all in the precious name of Jesus. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you both for that. Before we get going down our agenda, I'd like to recognize Ms. Sarah Butler. Ms. Butler is running for Circuit Court Judge for Madison and Rankin counties, and she'd like the opportunity to address the board. Ms. Butler, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I just wanted to introduce myself. I appreciate the invitation. I'm just getting started in the campaign. And y'all may know more about what I'm getting into than I do, but I'm excited about the opportunity to run. I currently work at the Circuit Court now. I work for the Circuit Judges, Steve Ratcliffe, Judge Arthur, and Judge Mills. We had Judge Infinger too for a little while before he went to the Court of Appeals. So I've had some good mentors. I've been here in our district, Rankin and Madison, for 7 years. I help them manage their civil and criminal cases. I'm also the district's mediator. So on the civil side, I've handled cases helping attorneys and parties resolve those without having to go to trial. So that experience has prepared me to be the next circuit judge. My husband, Todd, he's done some work for the city, I believe. He represents small and large municipalities. And we have 2 little boys, Tanner and Fitz, that we want to keep them growing up in a safe community and low crime, good schools. And so I understand the role of a circuit judge in that. I've been doing it and working alongside our judges. So I just want to keep Madison County and Rankin going in the right direction. If y'all will continue to let me serve just in a bigger way, I would appreciate it. Sarah Butler, and I'm running for circuit judge in November. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Butler. All right, at this time, we are going to introduce some officers and administer some oaths. Chief Hale.
First one we have here is Charles Smith Jr. He's one of our new officers.
Welcome, good to see you. Just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Charles Smith Jr.
Charles Smith Jr.
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully support the Constitution
I will faithfully support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi,
and obey the laws thereof,
and obey the laws thereof,
that I am not disqualified
that I am not disqualified
from holding the position
on the position
of police officer for the city of Gluckstadt, that I will faithfully discharge the duties of police officer for the city of Gluckstadt, according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Please.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Next, we got Miss Kanaya Banks. Hope I said it right. She's our brand new dispatcher. Doing well already.
You raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kanila Banks, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi, and obey the laws thereof, that I am not disqualified from holding the position of public safety dispatcher for the city of Gluckstadt, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of public safety dispatcher for the city of Gluckstadt, according to the best of my ability, so help me God. Welcome. Thank you. Let me share you the eyeglass. Thank you.
And last but not least, Mayor, we have Dustin with an O. The O is silent. I spelled it wrong up there. It's Dustin Jones. He's our new part-time.
Dustin Jones?
Yes,
What'd you use for
his name. It's supposed to be O instead of I.
Look, get used to it. I, Dustin Jones, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Mississippi, and obey the laws thereof, that I am not disqualified from holding the position. He's public safety dispatcher too?
Yes.
Of public safety dispatcher for the city of Gluckstadt, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of public safety dispatcher for the city of Gluckstadt, according to the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
He had me second guessing what it was. I heard him as no.
I just figured he was a little big to be answering the phone. Alderman Powell, item number 3D.
Thank you, Mayor. If I can have all the firefighters come on up for me, please. We got guys out there in the back. I'm sorry. We don't bite them.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Just for the record, are any of y'all intimidated by Chief Hale? You look like you'd be intimidated.
February the 16th and the 20th is Firefighter Appreciation Week. And just, on behalf of the mayor, board, and all the citizens of Gluckstadt, we appreciate everything y'all do. I see y'all popping in our neighborhood all the time on the way to, who knows what it is, but y'all see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Firefighters dedicate their lives to the protection of life and property. Sometimes that dedication is in the form of countless hours volunteered over many years, and others it's the selfless years working in the industry. in all cases, it risks the ultimate sacrifice of a firefighter's life. Firefighters are vital to the public safety of our community, and we're likely to be the first people to arrive. They're likely to be the first people to arrive at and provide assistance during an emergency, whether it's a vehicle crash, structure fire, natural disaster, saving a cat or a dog. 24 hours, 7 days a week, and 365 days a year, whether it's a holiday or a loved one's birthday. There are men, women, and teenagers who are trained, equipped, and have the passion to put others' safety before their own and to help those who are in distress. The demands of firefighting are accompanied by both personal and physical tolls that all firefighters knowingly accept while risking their lives to protect the lives of others. Firefighter Appreciation Week is a time where the community can recognize and honor the sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure that their communities and environment are as safe as possible, and a week in which current and past firefighters can be thanked for their contributions. Hereby resolved by the Mayor and Board of Aldermen for the City of Flagstaff. The City of Flagstaff declares February 16th through the 20th of 2026 as Firefighter Appreciation Week, and encourages all citizens to show support and appreciation to our city, state, and federal firefighters who protect our lives, property throughout the year, and remember past firefighters who have dedicated their lives to preserve the safety of the community. The Mayor and Board of Aldermen wish to express your gratitude and appreciation to the South Madison County Fire Protection District for selflessly serving the citizens and community of the City of Flagstaff. So once again, I really appreciate you guys and everything y'all do.
Thank you, sir.
Adopt the resolution.
All right, Mr. Powell made a motion to adopt the resolution declaring February 16th through the 20th as Firefighter Appreciation Week. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you guys very much.
Can we go back here? Let's get a picture real quick. You know, we're gonna have a, resolution. I'll make one now or whatever. That's not the plain word. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just give it to them the whole so that we have a photograph.
All right. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I know, this is a lot, stuff, we've done a lot of stuff, and get your community involved, and carry all that.
Yeah, hold down the point. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Where's Chief?
He came in from the airport, so he's tired.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Mark. All right, guys, item 3E is just a reminder, we have a canned soup drive going on, through the, March of the Mayor's program. The collection date ends February the 27th. And I was looking out there yesterday or day before, and we have a pretty scant collection of canned soup. So if you have some and you want to donate it, you can just bring it here to City Hall. And I know everybody would appreciate the donation. So that canned soup drive ends February 27th. All right, item 4. Is there a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
That's Ms. Wood. I'm sorry. Ms. Campbell, seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, thank you guys. Ms. Kellum, we are on item number 5C. Before we get there, our monthly budget reports and monthly bank reconciliations are FYI matters. Are there any questions about items 5A and 5B? All right, Ms. Kellum, item 5C has to do with approval of an amendment to the municipal budget. Ms. Kellum, do you want to add anything?
No, just to simplify it, the budget amendment is to fix the timing issue with Mr. Dearman's hire and Mike McCollum, as well as bringing in unexpected grant revenue for the Health Council and the America 250 documentary grant, and then also bringing in the county road money for street improvement projects, which we approved the MOU for this past meeting in January. So that's to simplify the budget amendment. If y'all have any questions, please let me know.
Any questions of Ms. Kellum about this amendment to the budget? All right, is there a motion then to approve the amendment to the budget?
Motion.
Ms. Bates made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, item 6A. There's been a request for an ad valorem tax exemption from Hunter Engineering. Ms. Kellum, are you going to take that one?
Yes, it's just similar to the one that you guys took up last month for Sanwa. They got their request in a little bit early, and they are requesting an exception from the board for the ad valorem for Freeport only. And so all that information is in y'all's backup.
Okay.
And I believe for Sanwa, y'all did approve an exemption for 3 years. And so I just would need to know if that's something similar that y'all wanted to do.
Their application seeks a 1-year exemption?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any discussion about this requested ad valorem tax exemption?
I do have a couple questions real quick. It says it's submitted on the 25th day of March of 2025. My understanding was that the ones that had already been, that we denied, we could not go back and reapprove. So would this be actually for going forward for the next year that they're looking for?
Yes, I believe that was a mistake on their application, that it is for this coming tax year or tax roll.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. I would say
Y'all
we do,
denied the one from last year.
right, I would say we do the 3 years like we did before.
But can we get them to go ahead and update the years requested so that just for our records?
Right,
Yes, I'll touch base with them, and tell them it's approved, pending an amendment to the date. If that's what the board decides.
I'll make that motion then.
All right. So Mr. Powell makes a motion to approve the ad valorem tax exemption for the Freeport warehouse for Hunter Engineering Company, contingent upon them submitting a new application with a proper date on it, recognizing here we are in February of 2026, and that is a 3-year exemption. Correct, Mr. Powell?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right, Mr. Powell, I'm sorry.
But if they're just requesting 1 year, why are we doing 3?
We don't have to readdress it in another year or 2 years, and then it doesn't hold the next board over. So the next board, if it changes, if they decide they want to do Freeport, they'd have, which they could, I guess, anyway, but mainly just so we don't have to reapproach it every year.
Yeah, they can actually reapply every year, just FYI.
If they're only requesting 1 year, I say let's just do it for 1 year.
I agree with that. So you can make an amendment to the motion.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Mr. Williams as having made a motion to grant the exemption for 1 year. And I think I heard Ms. Campbell second that. Ms. Campbell seconded that. So Mr. Powell had made a motion to grant the exemption for 3 years. Is there a second of his motion? Okay. Then Mr. Powell's motion would fail for lack of a second. So Mr. Williams' motion for a 1-year exemption, seconded by Mr. Campbell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Thank you.
All right, yes, ma'am. Okay, that gets us to item 6B. Discussion and request for approval of certain German Fest 2026 contracts and quotes. Mr. Powell.
Yes, sir, thank you. So we're moving forward on our German Fest. It's have our date for Sunday, October 25th of 2026. It's gonna be from 11 to 5. We got a nice German band lined up. We're partnering with some of our local businesses and organizations. with the food and adult, non-adult beverages and desserts and everything. So we're really looking forward to the event coming back to the city. We do have a few of our quotes that have come in, contracts to get done. All this is just signing, we'll be signing a contract stating that we're going to use their services. We would not pay anything until, services are provided. We have, I don't know if we want to do each one or if we're just going to do them collectively or how you want to take this.
We can do however you want to. I'm assuming you're making a motion for us to approve and enter into these contracts.
Yes, sir. I would like to do that. Once we have this approved, we can really lock down. I would like to get with Mr. Cole and get a formal press release that we can get out. Of course, we're in February now, and this is in October, but it'll be October before we know it. So the closer we get to the event, the more that we will start promoting it. You can see with DGO strategies, doing some advertising. We'll also use that as a selling point. I'll be getting with Ms. Tyler with the Gluckstadt Business Alliance on our sponsorship packets, reaching out to our potential sponsors. So that'll kind of be part of our selling point with that. So yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at the contracts. You've got one from DGO.
Yes, sir.
Fusion Site, Mississippi LLC for Gotta Go Site Service Rentals.
Yes, sir.
Stage Light Entertainment.
Correct. There should be two for stage light. One's for the band, the Delta Crops, and one's going to be for sound and stage.
Okay, and it looks like Mississippi Tent Company.
Well, that's I think there's one in there twice for Gotta Go toilets for whatever reason. Okay. So the other one would be the Fund Ventures, which was I believe the quotes in there with the contract we just got. Everybody got a copy of the new contract. We had some issue with verbiage in it, and so Mr. Scanlon then got that worked out for us.
Okay. Yes, and can I just jump in on a couple of the previous items? So on the first one that you mentioned, DGO strategies, that one obviously is related to advertising. So you have to make the finding within your minutes that it's for favorable promotion of the city and the opportunities therein. I think Ms. Kellum is familiar with that. So I want to make sure that in order for that to be legal, y'all are making that finding. We can make sure that's in the minutes, but when y'all approve that one. On the third one, Stage Light, there's a provision in there that says prevailing party shall be responsible for any and all incurred legal fees should course of legal action become necessary to enforce the agreement. That's an unenforceable provision against the municipality because municipalities don't have legal authority under Mississippi law to pay legal fees. So, my preference would be that it either say that be deleted or that it say subject to Mississippi law, or you enter into it knowing that that provision would likely be restricted by Mississippi law. But, I don't know what the preference is, Mayor, but, my thinking would be, add, even if it's handwritten, subject, except as we're limited by Mississippi law, and that y'all approve it that way, and then take it back to them, and hopefully they'll accept it. And then on the third one that you just mentioned, that rental contract, I removed just language that only was because it was limited by Mississippi law as it relates to municipalities. So.
Okay, so Mr. Powell's motion would be then for the approval and adoption of the contracts as amended. Obviously, that doesn't mean that the vendors have to agree to our amendments, but if they do, then good, should the board approve that? And that's Mr. Powell's motion. And is there a second of his motion? Yeah, I'm going to go to you. I know you have questions. Is there a second of Mr. Powell's motion to approve these contracts?
Second.
All right, so Mr. Powell made the motion, Mr. Taylor seconded. Now, Ms. Campbell, you have questions.
Yeah, so I was curious, I was going through the list of all of them. Did we get quotes from several businesses or did we just go with the first one? For like the sound and stage, they gotta go and those two things. I know.
Well, we don't necessarily have to get quotes on all this from different parties. Now I gotta go toilets, Lee Hutchison, the 4th of July, the Rotary Club, I've used them. So he kind of did a connection with that. So, one of the reasons with them. DGA Strategies is part of the Gluckstadt Business Alliance, and so Gluckstadt Business Alliance, being an integral part of this, we're using our people. Stage light sound, I have worked with Dustin for probably 6 or 7 years. And so he does all your big events around here, Flowood Family Festival, the Balloon Glow, the Cherokee Festival that they have. I mean, he does all these big events, so, the whole country.
What can we anticipate that's not included now? Like
Don,
tents?
okay, yeah, the main one is not here now. It's gonna be the tents, tables, and chairs. Mr. Hutchinson is getting that one. He hasn't given me a final price yet on it, but
Okay.
I figure by the time we get with everything, I'd say around $40,000, probably be pretty close to that.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna be shooting for.
What about insurance? Do you have anything to cover, like if it gets rained out or something?
Yeah, we'll be looking at, and there'll be a few incidentals, so we'll be looking at rain insurance. So, you'll have like t-shirts, you'll have like getting the wristbands or tokens that we use. There'll be a few other odds and end things. Now, some of the vendors that we're using, our partners are gonna have, will be taking care of their own health. They'll be taking care of, collecting money. There's expenses as far as the food and all that kind of stuff goes. We're not gonna be out having to do any of that.
And then, I'm glad that you were doing some type of sponsors. Do you have any sponsors lined up yet?
Like I said, once we have this done, we could start approaching sponsors with our stuff, but, we have some good ideas on some of them, and, so yeah, I don't think we're gonna have an issue on sponsors.
Do any of the 4 quotes that you have already, is there a timeline that we need to approve it?
Well, the sooner the better, just to secure. Now, I can say for fund ventures, like with the jumps, they say October is a busy month for them. Pretty much anybody, Lee Hutchinson's gonna tell you the same thing. Evidently, a lot of stuff happens in October.
Yeah.
So that's why we're trying to get out in front of it now, to go ahead and secure it.
My question is, should we wait to approve these until we get all of our quotes back?
I don't know, I think, because we can go and get, because Mr. Hutchinson, he's,
Right.
it's
Well,
like,
I'm just, if it's getting close up to it and we still have to pay for the tents and the police and the public works and the insurance. And, we don't have sponsors lined up yet. We're just kind of hoping that happens. I think it would be smart on our behalf to maybe wait 1 more month or table it until we get all of our quotes in to know exactly how much it's gonna cost.
okay, now I understand what the cost is having anything to do. We've got money budgeted in our budget for this.
I'm just under the impression that it might cost more than the 50,000, that's all.
All right, so, Ms. Kim, we have any more questions or comments? Anybody else want to discuss the issue?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I
Please.
saw that on the marketing, I don't know if we'll call it marketing, but the marketing piece, they were giving us an in-kind.
Mhm.
Can Stage Light do the same?
I can ask him, but,
Okay. I'm just curious. So they gave us an in-kind, and we get an in-kind donation from them as well, which could kind of help with the price too.
Sure.
Yeah. That's all.
All right, any other questions, comments, or discussion about this matter? All right, there's a motion then on the table, made by Mr. Powell, seconded by Mr. Taylor, to approve these contracts as amended, finding particularly with regard to the advertising contract, with its favorable publicity and promotion of the city. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, I have that as 4-1 with Ms. Campbell in opposition, correct? Okay. Ms. Kellum, do you have that?
I have.
Okay. She thought so much of my question that she hung up.
I have.
All right, thank you, Chad. She had sent me a message, said, be sure that you clear up the votes for me so that I don't have difficulty. I got the vote 4-1, she said.
You've reached Mr. Allen.
Let's try this. She's on the,
You've reached Mr. Callis. Please leave a message and I'll return your call.
it's blackball, I'm telling you.
I got you.
All right, Lindsay, we are on, item 7. And, I think that in an effort to try to save your voice a little, are there any questions of Ms. Kellum at all about general administration update? Ms. Kellum, you want to add anything in
The only
addition?
thing that I'll add is that we're waiting on our audit, so we're finalizing our FY25 audit. We should expect that sometime in March.
Any questions of Ms. Kellum about her general administration update? All right, that'll move us to 7B. Any questions about the privilege license report? Mr. Maul, you want to add anything?
No, sir.
All right, grant updates, Ms. Kellum, item 7C.
Since I don't have much to report other than, if you will look at number 11 and number 12, we were able to submit by the application deadline. We have one more, which is number 13, the cybersecurity grant through Homeland that we are going to apply for by the 27th. So we'll be meeting with PD in the next week or so to figure out what their needs are for that cybersecurity grant. Other than that, my notes in the status column should provide y'all the information you need as far as an update. If y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions of Ms. Kellum about the grant update? All right, item number 7B. Ms. Kellum?
Yes, sir. Let me see here. So this is the MML Excellence Awards. So many cities submit differing topics like public works or, excellence in their police department. I'm just asking for approval by the board to submit the city of Gluckstadt for several different aspects with different departments for these awards for MML to see if we may receive an excellence in municipal government from them.
Okay, is there a motion then to authorize Ms. Kellum to make such an application?
Motion.
Ms. Bates made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Kellum. Okay, item number 8. Mr. Dearman.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. Good to see you guys again. Quick update from the P&Z. I guess coming out of the winter slumber, we didn't have any submissions coming in last month, so we decided to cancel the P&Z meeting and postpone to this next month, which is coming up the 24th. We did have an architectural review special call meeting on the 20th, and it went really well with our city planner, Chris Watson. We made some really good progress. Made it through 3 of the 5 districts for these standards. I think we've got 2 more to discuss. We hope to do that this past week on the 3rd, but Chris with the storm up there in Oxford couldn't make it down. So we're gonna have another special call meeting to get with him on the 24th, right before the P&Z meeting. So hopefully by then we'll have some really good standards to schedule a work session with you guys and try to lock these standards in. I do believe it's going pretty good. So we're pleased to announce that our building official, Christian Hall, has gotten through all his certifications, and he is officially official now. So we're good there. But continuing with the building department, we had a really good month. We had 20 permits issued for $46,000 and 134. And with that said, we had 2 big projects just break ground. We got Puckett Ranch right behind us, and Candlewood Suites to our east has broken ground. So I think that's some pretty good momentum right there. And then back to the P&Z, we're shaping up to have an action-packed one on the 24th. A lot of stuff has come in as well. So with that said, and the permit log and our minutes from the ARC is all attached here for consideration. But moving on, as Mike and I, we've been doing the past 2 weeks, is training me and trying to really get involved in how the process and how everything's laid out and with his infinite wisdom. We noticed, one thing, for certificate of occupancy, the definition of it says the board must designate a city official. And then with our adoption of the building code, it does designate the building official as that, but we request an official designation. The building official can issue the certificate of occupancy, as well as, in case he is not available, the planning and zoning administrator can issue a CO as well. We request that. In the second part of that, we end up answering our own question for the floodplain manager. You guys already did that. We found that in the ordinance. We can scratch that one there. So, but we would like to get a designation of the building official and the P&Z in backup of that certificate of occupancy.
Okay, so is there a motion then for us to designate the building official as the person with authority to issue certificates of occupancy, and in his absence, the planning and zoning administrator to do so?
Make that motion, sir.
All right, Mr. Powell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Campbell seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So Mr. McCullum thought that because he only had 6 months left with the city, he needed to get that done.
Get rid of any gray area, so well, we still could, yes.
All right, Mr. Chairman.
All right, moving on to our site plan consideration for Hartley Equipment. As you know, they're right over there on Church Road, and they've got a big open house coming up at the 1st of March, and they want to make a site plan amendment, and we thought we'd just come straight to the board with their time constraint. What they're going to do is just add fencing along on their west parcel, add fencing along the frontage and down the west side, and then they're also going to continue the landscaping across. They're going to put spillover equipment in there and also have kind of a show area too. And so we're requesting approval for the site plan. We recommend, we talked to them, they're going to match the landscaping they have up at the front of the building and do the identical fence along the frontage and the west side too. I do have the site plan in there if you want to scroll to it, but we do think so essentially it's the west side of their main building, that parcel there. They're going to extend the fence out the front and then run it down the far west side too.
Okay.
Just copying the same fence?
Correct,
Same
yeah.
Landscaping?
Yep.
And it's just spillover, or is it?
It's going to be spillover, but they also want to have weekend traffic to where they're going to put one of those walk-through gates to where they can actually go out there and look at the tractors on the weekend. And, but they're going to kind of when they hold events to move a lot of the equipment there and then have stuff up front in front of the building. So, the fencing's will match, the landscaping will match as well. So.
All right. Any questions at all about the Hartley site plan? All right. Is there a motion then to approve the Hartley site plan?
Motion.
Ms. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dearman.
Okay, we got a unique situation here, calling it the architectural review consideration. So, Bloodstep Management purchased the building in 110 Weisenberger and started tearing down the front without permit, plan, or anything. And we kind of called them in action and called upon them to stop work, and they did. So we immediately got it to the board, the architectural board last week. And what we're recommending and the architectural board recommends also is the builder and the owner has requested if they can at least finish and dry it in and then completely stop work until they go through the proper process. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see the current state of the building when we stop them. And they are improving the building from what it was, but again, we got to go through the process of everything. So what the ARC recommend is that we let them finish, dry it out, stop work. We issue a permit solely for this purpose here. And the builder has assured me they're going to finish their full design, then submit, get a brand new permit, at that point and go through the architecture board, P and Z, and then back to you guys. So our goal here is to let him finish, get dried in so there's no further damage, and then drop back and let them start from scratch.
Was it your impression that they were just ignorant of the requirements?
I don't think so. It seems kind of like it was a rush deal. They just tried to get in there and do it pretty quick. The builder is a big builder around here, so I don't know. Maybe that's something we can do better, is making things known, especially the exterior of the front of a building.
Yeah, the reason I ask you that, Mr. Rutledge actually called me about this building and was asking me about the process and wanted to make sure, you know, that his plans, I'm sorry?
He knew that.
Well, from my impression, and I got it from speaking.
I'm here, I can take it.
He did that.
When I redid the MEA building next to it, there was, at least to my knowledge, no architectural review procedure. And so I didn't know, I mean, contrary to what Mike says, I appreciate that, but that's just not true. I didn't know there was an architectural board at all until Kane let me know. And when they told, and all I was doing, there's metal on the front, it was leaking. Now I'm replacing it with brick, that's it. And when they told me to stop, I stopped. But I was just that process didn't exist when I just finished MEA, so I just didn't know.
Yeah, and out of fairness, I mean, he did call me and have conversations with me about what would be acceptable and all. And although I don't think that it was anything done intentionally.
Right.
Oh, I didn't mean it was intentional, but he knows he's got to get a permit before he does work.
Yeah.
Right. No, and
He knows now.
Yeah.
And you did too.
I'll go through the full process and everything. I literally just finished the brick. I just didn't want leaking done on the front, but once I finish the brick, I've got my architect working on the design, and I'll get the full package.
And it's gonna look a lot better.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
no doubt. And that's, with that point, it's one thing I've been working with the architectural board is on our site plan application, we're going to add more reference to the architectural review to it as well. So it's not just purely site plan. We want to make the public know there's another process as well. So.
All right, so you want the board to authorize the issuance of a permit under these circumstances so he can.
Slowly we'll finish that out, and then we'll go through the whole permit process once he gets full design.
Okay. Yeah. Any questions or comments about this issue? All right, is there then a motion to authorize the issuance of this limited permit under these circumstances? Motion. All right, Mr. Taylor made the motion. Is there a second? Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor? Any opposed?
Mayor, I just finished the MEA next door. Hopefully y'all got a chance to see that and like it, but it was basically kind of like a whole barn metal buildings that I turned it into an actual building and just put these structural walls on the inside. That they love it. Turned out really well.
It looks great.
That's good.
Yeah, and look, we appreciate your investment in the community as we do everybody.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Dearman is correct. We got processes that are boarded out there. We've got to make sure those are followed. And so sometimes things happen. So this is a good example of you guys working together and the board understands that.
Once we talked, he instantly stopped. And,
yeah, they were perfectly nice and reasonable. I had no problem at all. I know the deal.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Dearman.
And our last thing, speaking of the architectural process, with discussion with the board, the original meeting was planned for the first Tuesday of the month, and I just kind of felt it was sandwiched in there. And the way we were looking at it, and the architectural board agrees, we request that we move it to the third Tuesday. That way, by the time the end of this meeting, the whole new process starts going through the architectural board, the P&Z, and then wrapping up into the BOA meeting second Tuesday. So I really feel like that's going to be a better flow of the whole process and possibly even shorten the time frame of it as well. So, and it also gives us a lot of time to review what's submitted and get some feedback before we got to approach those two boards. So we've got a resolution here to officially set it for the third Tuesday of the month.
Any questions at all about this proposed resolution moving the architectural review committee meeting to the third Tuesday of each month? All right, is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Mr. Campbell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Taylor seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank y'all.
Mr. Buckner, item number 9A.
Good evening, board. Before y'all's in contract for, McMaster and Associates, we're trying to get the city limits legally surveyed. So that we can tell on our main roads, have the property pins out, so we can tell where our city limits crosses, where it doesn't. I have one situation where I think it's in the middle of the street, so we're trying to clean up some stuff and see where exactly our lines are, so we'll know how to proceed going forward. I've gotten with Ron, we won't do all of the lines where it crosses, due to some outstanding court battles with some annex stuff. But once that's finished up, we'll get that taken care of. This is just for the north half, east and west, where we know we're not gonna have anything change.
All right. We just had, when we went through the incorporation process, I remember a lot of men made about the legal description of the city. I don't know anything about surveying, but that doesn't suffice.
It does on paper. What we're trying to do is get our city limit signs where they need to be. We've had some issues where our city limit signs have been stolen. Just put something actually on the road in metal. We could go back where the metal located, get it marked, and every time something happens, we know where it's at. If it's in the middle of the road, we can find this pin that's in the middle of the road, have it marked out. Case in point, if we go to pave, say, Church Road at County Station Parkway, some of that road is Canton. Some of that road's ours. We don't have, by what it looks like, just off people drawing maps, it looks like it's kind of hairy right now, for about 600 feet.
Not to exceed price of $15,000.
Yes, sir.
Any questions at all about this contract with McMaster and Associates? All right, is there a motion then to approve the city limits survey contract?
Motion.
Mr. Taylor made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right. Item 9B.
All right, this is also with McMaster and Associates. Since we have been awarded the most grant, I talked with them for help with implementation and engineering and developing the city park. So what this is they'll work with us to try to get the park foundation set up, redo the pond, get all the pads ready for the additional equipment, buildings, and help with dealing with the most process. They've done a couple of these and they think they'd be very helpful while we try to go through the process. They'll be able to give us some good guidance as well, as with this being our first really big grant we're doing outside of, say, MDOT grant.
Is there a not to exceed?
There's not a not to exceed with this. There's a 7% of the project cost. We can go off the estimate. We're talking with Ron, just because it can go up and down so much, they do a 7%. It's roughly, I think the ballpark for this one was about no more than 600,000. We're thinking it's probably gonna wind up being around 400,000.
For this contract?
For this contract, yes, sir.
Is this upfront, all upfront?
No, this is not upfront. This is throughout the process. This will bill as they do work. They'll bill us and we'll do invoices at each meeting.
All right, any questions about this
If there's
engineering contract with McMaster?
We think that estimated cost is about 400,000, so it's 7% of 400.
No, that'd probably be what we would wind up paying.
That is the 7%.
After all of the construction and getting the grant process done, we're thinking that's what. Hopefully, if we can, get some donations and stuff comes down where we get some there, we can get as much of the cost down as we can. But, we're looking at about 7% right now.
So you're estimating that the cost of the park project is gonna be what?
Total cost, we're estimating to be about $6 million. We're looking at what this would cover would be roughly around $3 million. That's including engineering and everything. So I guess you're thinking about the 2 million, sorry.
Well, I'm just saying 7% of $3 million is a lot different than 400 to 600,000. So I just want to make sure our math is right here.
I bet, 210,000.
All right. So an estimated 200.
I think my numbers were coming on.
Okay. All right. Any questions about, this contract? And a motion then to approve this engineering contract. Is that Ms. Bates? Ms. Bates made the motion. Is there a second? Ms. Campbell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, revised plat for KO Place.
Yes, sir. As y'all, if y'all might remember, we did KO Place, the original plat a few meetings ago. That needed to be done so that we could go ahead and get into this one. They are looking to revise lot 3 and separate it into 5 separate lots so that each building and building owner will have their own lot in the project.
Any questions about the revised plat for KO Place? Motion to approve the revised plat for KO Place. That was Ms. Campbell. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Powell seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Buckner. Chief, you're gonna do a, general update, and then I think that we have to address your request for across the board salary increases at this time as opposed to in executive session. Do you agree with that, Mr. Scanlon?
I do,
Okay.
unless it's related to the job performance of a specific employee on a specific position.
Okay, so we're gonna add that after your general update, okay?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. General update, we've had 187 tickets issued since last board meeting. 16 arrests, 10 misdemeanors, 3 felonies, and 3 DUIs. We've worked 26 accidents. Mayor repairs are being made to the outside wall on the building up there where it said, right below where it said municipal court. And they fixed a couple of tiles in the judge's bathroom inside too. So we had a couple of leaks a while back. Just got that. Roof people came and got that taken care of. It seems to be an ongoing process, but I guess as long as we stay on top of it. Dispatch is full. We don't have any openings in that thing. We still have one opening in PD we're hoping we can address. Hopefully, with what we're going to talk about in a second, we'll have addressed that as well. But one last thing. I wanted to, talk about my guys. They did real well. I don't know. I put it on Facebook the other day, but a guy by the name of Mr. Kendarius Best received 15 years in prison without early release or without parole for having over 18,000 pills. Sergeant Brian McCarty, Investigator Rob Parker, and Sergeant Corey Stewart worked real hard on that. You know, they did a good job. So he's in jail 15 years and he's not getting out.
Good work.
Yep, that's it.
All right, any questions of the chief about his general update? All right, chief, we want to take up at this time your request to approve some salary.
Yes, sir. As you know, we've had a hard time finding officers, dispatchers. We've been lucky on that. Luckily, when we started dispatch, y'all agreed to pay what we're paying them, and that helped a lot. Because as far as dispatching goes, we're out paying a lot of departments, and officer-wise, we're lagging a little behind. So we went through myself and Assistant Chief Slavin. They've been wanting to address this for a while. So yes, we did give, I wouldn't say across the board, we can say that. I'll go ahead and, our current budget if you will, is $1,775,480.30. Do y'all have that in front of you? Okay. No, I went and I spoke to the mayor about this, and he seemed real excited and real happy about this, so we're going to ask for this. I got with Tim, I worked with Tim Youngblood for a few days, and he helped me get all this straight. Hang on one second, let me find it. I apologize. So basically what we're asking for is, hang on one second. $52,627. What it is, once you put all the overtime, the salary incentives, and all the benefits and all that, which makes it 1,800 or 1,848,437,061. And then, if y'all see where the yellow is highlighted there, that's our SRO position. So that comes in at a total of $78,625.04. But when you take the reimbursement, that brings it back down to, and I'm not sure why my printer cut off the last part of that. It brings it back down, I think, 1 million, is it 808? Because I can't see that on mine. To the far right.
We don't have a 1,808,000 number.
Hang on. I could not get the printer to print
But
out.
that school resource officer, we're getting reimbursed, what,
Yes, sir.
$30,000? 30,000?
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
So that number would be, 1,818,437.61, I think.
I don't know why I cut that off. I have it right here.
30.
Yes, no, it's 1,812, 26.56. Which
812,
1,812, once you take,
437.61?
yeah, what was that, Mayor? It's 1,812, 26.56. Which, once you deduct that, it puts us, over, $36,546.26. Now, we're wanting this
All
to
right, so
go.
hold on.
I'm sorry.
The 71,564.90 number, you're saying is actually what number?
No, look down on the bottom, you see the pink? The 72,957.31 is actually what puts us, is over our budget for this year.
It's in green, 71,564.
Is it not below?
Look, Chief. This is what we have. I don't know about the color.
Yeah, it did not put, see, that's the problem.
This was the number that you started with. You added 71,000, which is the cost of these raises, but you're telling me that when you offset it by the reimbursement for the school resource officer, this increase is putting you how far over your budget?
The mayor's cut off some stuff, see?
Well, we don't have all this.
Yeah, I emailed
We
everybody.
don't have this one. This one is,
Sent everybody the email with all of it on.
I had a
I apologize.
okay, so bottom line is, what Chief wants to do is, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
He wants to not give a set salary increase of a certain percentage across the board, but he's delineated here raises he wants to give everybody. And when the dust settles, this will bring him $32,874.94 over his budget.
No, that's not the update one there. The update one was I sent y'all last that had the part-time. I added the part-time in there. Yeah, so 36,546.26 is what it comes down to after the school resource officer is taken out of it. Which we have that in our budget, but when you take into account that we're gonna only do 14 pay periods, which is left, it puts us at 19,000. Is what we need to do it for the rest of this year, and we have that in our budget. We're not asking the city for any money. That's within our budget because we've had some positions that have been open, the part-times don't work all theirs, and then we also have $20,000 that y'all so kindly gave us for the, when you got rid of the lobbyists, it's in there too, so.
All right, so,
Everything's within our budget, Mayor, so we're not asking for no, self-funding. We're not asking no money from the city or the board.
Until next
We'll address that next year. But I will
you're
say,
not asking for money from the city or the board. Who's paying for these police officers?
well, I mean, it's already in our
You
budget.
need more.
Yes, more money. Well, you know me, I mean, I can ask for more money, you know, since we're here.
All right, so is it true that these raises are 4.4% increase? That's what I have.
Yes, sir, that's what, the last thing we got.
And the bottom line is, it's not increasing your budget
Not this year, no,
for
sir.
this year.
No, sir.
Okay. And you've gone through and your goal has been to try to bring our police force and support people up to
Yeah.
surrounding municipalities.
Yes, our
So
start-
on this sheet that you listed all of the certified and non-certified,
yes, sir.
other department salaries,
Yes, sir.
we can take the $48,000 out and insert what number if the board approves?
52,000.
52,000.
Yes, sir. Which puts us right under Ridgeland and a lot of other departments. So that will make us look very, a lot more enticing when people, when I put that on Facebook and all that, they'll pump the brakes. I want to look it up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody have questions or comments about Ms. Campbell?
So do you feel like if we hired any more police officers, or are we in need to hire any more police officers? in the future?
Well-
What we have right now.
Not at the moment, no, man. We only have one position open. And, you know, when we continue to grow and as more stuff comes, no doubt we're gonna have to add a few more, but right now, we're good.
Okay. And I noticed that you did not give yourself an increase, is that correct?
Yes, I was, more worried about my guys. And gals, guys and gals. Gals, my dispatcher.
Okay.
I was gonna address that issue. I wanted everybody else to get their points in, but I am gonna address that issue.
Any more questions?
I just want to say that these guys,
Hold on, Ms. Kellum, hold on. Go ahead. Mr.
you know,
Murphy.
these guys are out there on the street day and night and putting their lives at risk, and, you know, we need to keep good talent. We invest a lot of money in these officers for training that we send them to. And then just to get some good officers, you know, in to replace the ones that we have lost. You know, I think we
Yeah,
send us some no-brainers, man.
what we have now is, we have an amazing group of guys and gals, and I couldn't be more proud. I have an assistant chief back there that, you know, I couldn't do it without him, my lieutenants, my officers. We got a good group of sergeants. Sergeant McCarty was not where he needed to be with what he does and everything, so. And then our dispatchers, they're rocking it, so.
So you guys feel this puts us in line where we can compete
Yes.
and we're operational? All right, very good.
Yes, sir, I feel very good about this. I can go home tonight and hopefully get some sleep.
There you go.
All right. Any other questions or comments from the board? Ms. Kellum?
Yes, sir. The only thing I have is I'm requesting a time frame because it is going to take a good amount of time to get all these changes updated in payroll. So I'm requesting a possible chief hail that we make this effective on the first payroll in March, which would be March 13th.
Yes, me and Lindsay spoke about that, and I'm good with that. I think that's what, it ends up being 14 pay periods left, I think.
Okay, so if adopted, these pay increases would be effective March 13th.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that would give me time to get them implemented.
Okay. All right. Any other questions
Thank
or
you.
comments from the board? When Chief Hale called me about this, he, literally was fighting for everybody else in the department and didn't have anything, as you see, anything here from him. And I said, well, I appreciate that. It's really kind of my job or our job to fight for the chief because he's not necessarily inclined to fight for himself. I think that it would be a disservice not to increase his pay as well. And I would advocate that we give him a 5% increase in base salary, which would be consistent with that of his assistant chief. So I would hope that you guys would consider that when I ask for a motion to approve these pay increases.
Is he certified or non-certified?
Certified.
Certifiable.
Why did I know that?
That's the question, is Assistant Chief Slavin, is there an increase on there for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, all the ones.
You know, I don't know, and somehow, you know, I don't know if we just changed it so much. We got mixed up on who was getting what. I apologize. I don't know. The last thing I sent everybody was everybody, the right one. So, yes, his was going up from,
Oh, yeah, I got you now.
you got it?
Thanks.
All right, is there a motion then to approve these requested salary increases?
I'd like to make that motion.
All right, Mr. Powell made the motion, and I assume that includes chief.
What is the chief's,
Okay.
5% increase?
All right, so Mr. Powell made the motion, Mr. Williams seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? And those are effective March 13th.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else, Chief?
No, I mean, that pretty much made my whole week, Chris.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody sign public comment? I don't think so. The public's not here. All right. At this time, we have the need to enter into executive session. So first, I'll ask for a motion for us to enter into closed session. All right, that was Ms. Bates. Is there a second? Second. Mr. Taylor, second. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, we have the need to enter